Pulling stuff out. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So that's the beauty of this. It's an experiment. That means, we don't necessarily have to go a certain amount of time. We can go a shorter amount of time. We can go a longer amount of time. That is the beauty of the afternoon experiment. 513-717-5464. 513-717-5464. Robert from Anderson Township. Hey, I'm getting the noises here. Hold on, I gotta shut some stuff down because they're gonna keep coming in. They're gonna keep coming in. All right. Robert from Anderson Township. What's up? Brandy from, I don't know what SGV is. I don't know what SGV is. Lewis says, longer is always better. That's what she said. That is what she said. Oh, that was funny. Anthony from Clifton, all right. Miss Pittsburgh from Pittsburgh, calling from Cincinnati in Kentucky. All right. Can't beat that. Let's see. I've got a few things that I want to discuss. A few things that I do want to discuss. Hey, what's up, TC? TC says hi. Scott from West Walnut Hills. All right. I guess I'd have to keep putting them up there since I started putting them up there. And sorry, TC, yours won't go up when you do the whatever those are. I can't put those up. Yes, I heard you winning tickets. That was funny. I enjoyed it. I liked it. So I can't put up TC saying hey, but TC says hey. 513-717-5464. David says, good afternoon. The little baby not here. The little baby not here. I didn't have to pick her up. Thus, I'm here on time. I'm here on time. I did not have to go pick the little baby up today. You know, it's Veterans Day. They didn't have school. No school. Grandfather don't have to go pick you up. So you can't beat that. Terrence. I guess I should silence my phone as well. Everybody silence your phone. No. Hold on. Where's C? Terrence Kane, Mount Auburn, checking in. All right. Anthony, what's up? Crystal. I really did want to, get out and do some stuff. It's raining though. So I'll probably, after I finish here, I'll run over to the church for the rehearsal, and then I'll come back here. Do some housework. Can't beat that. Logic Slayer from Gulf Manor. Hello. Cleopatra Jones. Good afternoon. All right. Let's see, give it a few more minutes, because I know, people are used to me being late. People are used to like 3:15, so I'm not going to wait till 3:15. But I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll give it just a few more minutes. I will say, kind of in the interim, while we're waiting, I'm not Kyrie Irving. I am not Kyrie Irving. I typically don't apologize for stuff unless I feel bad about it. Don't try to bully me into apologizing. Don't try to argue me into apologizing. I typically don't apologize for stuff unless I feel bad about it. So that's that. I'm trying to bully somebody. What do they think I am? I'm not Kanye. I'm not Kyrie. I'm the king of talk. Crystal says, today is a chill day. I changed my plans today. I don't want to do anything. Yeah, I didn't. Today was a good day. Today was a good day. Y'all don't understand the not having to, and again, not that I matter. I mean, not that I mind, but not having to rush from one spot to the next spot to get there and then fight traffic to try to get here, then to try to come and do this on time. I was like, I could just take my time and do what I got to do. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Ashley Marie from Fairfield. All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. DeAndre Crosby. Hashtag buck breaking. Yeah, people try. Ashley tried me today. Please, come on. Brother Powell. Brother Powell with a question. And y'all know I try to answer questions. So if you got a question, and this is Friday, if you got a question, send in the question. I will answer the question. E-Man, do you think they were wrong for the comments they made about the Jewish community? I kind of have to answer that with a question, partly. What comments did Kyrie Irving make about the Jewish community? That would be my question for that one before I can answer it. In terms of Kanye, I don't know his experience. I don't know his experience. Just like I would understand if, let's just say, a white person who all of their experiences with black people have not been good, or the majority of them. And if they're like, I'm not putting up with this stuff from these black people no more, I would understand that they're coming from a different place than maybe somebody else. So without knowing what his experiences are, I don't know, what did he say that was wrong? That's what I want. Somebody tell me. Somebody. And I'm not even going to argue with you. I just, at least I want to know what was said that was hateful, that encouraged violence, or that was wrong. Tell me that. Tell me that. And then I'll be like, okay, you might have a point there. So were they wrong for the comments that they made? I don't know, because I don't know what comments Kyrie Irving made. And the comments that I read from Kanye, and again, I was trying to not follow that as best I could, but stuff kept seeping through. I didn't hear him or see where he said anything wrong. I can understand somebody saying you're going to go DEFCON 3 on someone sounds violent. So that I could understand. Saying that sounds violent. But he didn't encourage any violence to my knowledge. And even saying DEFCON 3, which is not DEFCON 3, but who knows? He might have been doing the text to speech, and sometimes they get that wrong. Were they wrong? I don't think so. I don't think so, unless somebody can show me where they said something that encouraged hatred or violence or anything of that sort. I'll stand there and say, no, I didn't hear anything wrong. I did not. Sierra says, I'm late. Well, what's up from Boston? You never answered my question yesterday, Sierra. You're from Boston, but are you in Boston? Are you listening right now in Boston, Massachusetts? Myosha says, checking in from Avondale on the couch, not in the bunker, starting my weekend early, and of course there are wine glasses there. Pamela checking in from North Avondale. All right. Shahira says she checking in from Bond Hill, working from home today. All right. Robert want to know, kind of the same thing I want to know, where's all this when people talk about black people? Where's all of this when people talk about black people? That's the same thing I want to know. That's the same thing I want to know. Brenda from Fairfield. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Cleopatra asked Brother Powell the same question that I have. What were the comments? And look, this is open for anyone. Do it for me in this order. Tell me, what did Kyrie Irving say? What comments did he make that I should be judging? Because I'm not opposed to judging. I'm not one of them people who don't judge, because no, I'll judge you. I will judge you. I will judge your comments. So if somebody tells me, what did Kyrie Irving say, then I'll judge it. And tell me what anti-Semitic or anti-Jewish thing that Kanye West said. I was actually reading an opinion piece in the Cincinnati Enquirer, which I don't, usually read the Enquirer. But Rabbi Ari Balaban, I might be butchering his name. That don't make me anti-Semitic. It just means I can't pronounce your name. Don't cancel me. Don't make me apologize because I said your name wrong. He's the director of Jewish Community Relations Council of Cincinnati. And he says, do West and Irving's statements portend or generate new social schism? He says the two men are not just pop media icons, they're sports stars. They're two of the most prominent Black figures in America. And he wants to know, basically, why are they being so anti-Semitic, and do their comments create a new gap between the Jewish and the Black community? He says, in whatever circles one may lead, the lesson is this: we all make tough decisions many times a day, but real allies don't check the math before deciding you're worth defending. Yeah. And he goes on to say a whole lot of other stuff. But he wants to know, he says, some Jews now wonder. This is what apparently Jewish people are wondering now. I'm reading from Cincinnati.com. Do people we thought of as allies, for whom we fight alongside, whom we've marched, secretly harbor suspicions about us? Do they think that Jews secretly control the media, or believe we harbor malice for, I'm not sure. I know POC is people of colors. I don't know what the BI is, folks, but do they think he says, I know the allies with whom I work certainly think none of the sort, but West and Irving have created a mess in our communities, and we're all left to clean it up. This means repairing and maintaining our essential intercommunal bridges. So he's saying, hey, look, y'all listening to Kyrie Irving and his anti-Semitic comments, saying, hey, here's a movie so hate-filled. Here's a movie till you just feel the hate dripping off of that. And he's saying all the work that we've done, all the stuff that we've done for you guys and with you guys, we there for y'all. We march with y'all. We stand up for y'all. When somebody wrongs y'all, we come out hardcore. And I wish I could talk to this rabbi, because I want to know, well, where have you come out and stood up hardcore against, let's just take an easy one, Quentin Tarantino? When has the Jewish community come out and said, hey, yo, Quentin Tarantino, stop using that N-word, bruh. That's not acceptable, especially that much. Stop it. We stand with the black community. Shalom. Don't do it. Because I know, y'all been standing with us. Now, I have to admit, I don't know. Like, I'm not one of those people. Because, you get those people, they hear a certain name and they're like, oh, that name is a German name. Or that name is a name of such and such descent. I'm not one of them people. I don't know that stuff. And if you walk up to me, I can't look at your features and be like, oh, he's Jewish, or oh, he's Italian, or oh, he's Scottish, or whatever. I'm not one of those people who can do that. So you look like a white dude to me. I mean, unless like sometimes, and this is going to sound stereotypical, but it's just the truth. So I will not apologize for it. Sometimes I'm over in Roselawn on a Sunday morning and I see the dudes, with they have on these particular types of hats, or what I've always called a beanie. I don't know what it's actually called. They got the long, look like twists coming down, and no mustache, but a full beard. I don't know if that I see that sometimes. I don't know if that's a culture thing or not. And I see them dudes and I'm like, I think they Jewish. His son is walking right a little behind him. And, he got his thing. He might even have a little cloak, cape on type thing. I don't know if any of the stuff is the correct way to describe it. But y'all know what I'm saying. When I see them, I'm like, I think they Jewish. But short of that, I wouldn't know. I genuinely wouldn't know. Angela says Hasidic. Broken Wing says Orthodox. I'm just saying, that's the only way that I know. Other than that, I see a white dude. So I want to say, where was the Jewish people when George Floyd had gotten killed and the people were protesting? And I was walking around and I didn't see none of them dudes down there. But, for all I know, some of them just regular white people could have been Jewish people. Walking around like shalom. No justice, no shalom. You know what I'm saying? For all I know. But I'm just going to say, from the standpoint of having, like, hey, there is the Jewish community standing with us. That I didn't see. Nathaniel says, what's the topic today, good people? We just talking. Right now, we're talking about, I read a op-ed talking about how Kanye and Kyrie Irving have created this chasm between the Jewish and the black community, and the Jewish community has always been there for the black community, march with the black community, fought for the rights of the black community. When wrong is done to black people, Jewish people are always there to call it out. And with this thing going on, maybe people don't see that or don't recognize that. And I'm asking, and Brother Powell actually kind of kicked it off by asking me, did I believe that Kanye and Kyrie were wrong for what they said? My question to him was, what did Kyrie say that could be wrong? And what did Kanye say that is like a call to violence or something like that against Jewish people? And it's a really legitimate question that I have. I want to know. I want to know when the Jewish community stood up and said, we will not support Quentin Tarantino's use of the N-word. And if the studio that's making that movie, greenlighting those movies where he uses the N-word, if they don't stop greenlighting that, then we won't support them. I wonder who runs that studio. Because he also said, people believe that Jewish people secretly run these media entities. I didn't know that it was a secret. I didn't know it was a secret. I mean, I guess maybe that's just me assuming. Maybe I should look up the people who are the heads of the entertainment industries. Who runs this studio? See who's the head man in charge, or a good number of the people who are running it, and determine that way. Are there Jewish people in charge of this movie studio? Are there Jewish people at the top in this record company? That would be, because that wouldn't be secret. That wouldn't be a secret. Nathaniel says, I've never heard any Hasidic Jew talk blank about Harriet Tubman or say she never freed any slaves. I haven't either. But at the same time, I didn't hear if the Jewish community was, why didn't the Jewish, when Kanye West was saying that stuff about black people, because I'm not a supporter of Kanye West. When he was saying all that stuff about black people, Jewish community, why didn't y'all stand up then and say, hey, this is unacceptable? And we stand up for black people when people say bad things about them. I think that the, what is he? That the rabbi might be overselling a little bit how much the Jewish community, at least in recent history, has gone out on a limb and stood up against injustices perpetrated against the black community. He might be overselling that a little bit. But Nate, I imagine you follow this stuff. Maybe you can tell me, what did Kyrie Irving say that's anti-Semitic? I know he posted the link which showed the picture of the cover art for the movie. But what did Kyrie Irving, say that was anti-Semitic or invited violence against Jewish people? And I'm not going to say he didn't say it because I don't know. I haven't seen where he said anything. And so that's my question about that. And anybody can answer. Hey, Misha. Oh, by the way, I saw Misha's my cousin out of Alabama. And I saw where she did a tribute to, I believe that was your husband, military. It is Veterans Day. So congratulations to all of the veterans. Congratulations. You are a veteran. All right. You can't beat that. I put that on my Facebook page, but everybody don't go to your page and look at your posts. So congratulations to all of the vets. But yeah, no, that's it. I'm just, with regard to that, I was just curious as to what was, because I keep hearing people say, Jewish people, white people, black people, and others, that what Kyrie said was so bad. It was so, and well, now he's got a list of things that he has to do to get back playing in the NBA. And so, what I think now he's got to eat raisins in his potato salad, and what he's got to proclaim. What was it? Taylor Swift is the queen of R&B. A whole lot of ridiculous stuff that the NBA is saying that he has to do. He has to say what was it? Eminem is the king of rap. Stuff like that. Okay, maybe not. Those might have been made up. I'm not sure. those might have been made up. Possibly. I wouldn't put it past him, but it might be made up. He's got to declare that pumpkin pie is better than sweet potato pie. Once he does that, then he can come back and maybe play in the NBA. Maybe. And he might do it. He might do it. You never know. You never know. Also, I wanted to talk about, I didn't want to get stuck on that. I don't want to get stuck on that. But throughout the show, if anybody wants to tell me what it is that Kyrie Irving said that's anti-Semitic, that invites hatred to Jewish people, I would love to know. I would love to know. Again, I don't support Kanye just because of all of that nonsense. I don't support him because of all of that nonsense. But I mean, I would like to know what he said. He said some things that were anti-black. And if the Jewish community's like, hey, we stand up for y'all when people say anti-black stuff. Where were y'all when Kanye was saying all that stuff? Where were y'all? But I got other things. I don't want to get stuck on that. I saw this story today. Y'all remember, what is it? In fact, the not effing around them. Y'all remember them? Grandmaster Jay. I always get him confused with Jam Master Jay. I'm like, he was with Run DMC and he going to jail? No, that's different. It was Jam Master Jay. He's not with us anymore. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Let me apologize. I'm not really apologizing, but to say that somebody is dead could be offensive to somebody, even though they're actually dead. I don't want to say a dead person is dead and offend people and hurt their feelings. So, wait a minute. Nate says, first, Kyrie made a choice to promote that movie. Okay, but that's not anti-Semitic. Second, I've read that the Hebrews to Negroes movie is just as bad as promoting Hitler's Mein Kampf. Have you? Is that what it is? Interesting. How do you know what's in Mein Kampf? Somebody told you? Did you read it? And if you read it, shouldn't you be canceled? Because that's in essence what they saying. Like, if you promote that movie, you're anti-Semitic. So you should be canceled. So clearly, if you read that book, or if somebody tells you what's in it, shouldn't the person who telling you be canceled? Because they're kind of promoting the book by telling you what's in it. See, the logic in that is super flawed to me. And guess what? If I went and got the cover art for that book and put it on my page, just put it on my page, do that mean I'm against Jewish people? Or maybe that mean, look, there's some foul stuff in this book. Or maybe that mean, you really should educate yourself about what's in this book, whether you agree with it or whether you disagree with it. It's a book. It's a book. Maybe you should know what's in it. I'm not endorsing what's in it. I'm saying it's here. It exists. Every people are still reading that. Why are they still allowed to read it? Why does a single copy of it still exist? Digitally or otherwise? How are people getting it? Shouldn't the people providing people with the book, shouldn't they all be canceled? It's the same. It's the same thing. It's a movie. Dante says, come on, E. That's not what people are saying. And what are people saying? Because that's what I hear people saying. That's what Nate just said. He made a choice to promote the movie. And he didn't necessarily say this, but I think when you say that, it's kind of insinuated that he promoted that movie, so he kind of should get some punishment. So you'd have the same position if Kyrie or anyone else promoted by, if he just put up a picture of the cover art. Yeah, I'd say, really? He's not allowed to do that? That's what I would say. Really? Because he didn't say, hey, y'all, it's some deep stuff. This is the truth. He put a link. You know, I've watched documentaries that put up the cover art to that movie. To that book. Does that mean they're anti-Semitic and should they be canceled? Because look, that's the logic behind this. You put up the cover art, you get canceled. That's the lot, because that's what he did. You put a link to it. You put a link to where you can find it, you get canceled. Now, Nate, would you say that anyone who puts up a link to Mein Kampf should be canceled? If anyone tells another person how they can find that book, should they be canceled? Simple question. Yes, they should be canceled. Nobody should ever be allowed to tell anyone where they can find that book. Or, no, they shouldn't be canceled. There are plenty of books that came out and got blasted by black people. Yes. And the Jewish people are blasting the movie. But there have been books that I've seen where people say that's not good for black people, and people blast the book and blast the author of the book and all of that kind of stuff. I've seen that happen. But not necessarily the people who say, oh, you was looking for that book? You can get it over there. Because that is, in essence, what he did. He said, you're looking for that movie? Here's where you can see it. That's what he did. And so my question is, again, okay, so you're saying, yes, anyone who tells someone where they can get that book should be canceled. I don't believe that you believe that. But if you say it, I'll take your word that you believe it. If you say it, I'll take your word that you believe it. Now, my question, of course, follow-up question would be, so what do you do to Amazon, who's selling and renting the movie? What do you do to Amazon, the people who are selling and renting the movie? What happens to them? Shouldn't they be canceled? There's logical, right? The person who said, hey, go to Amazon and get it. Cancel them, but don't cancel Amazon for selling it and renting it, making money off of it, promoting it. Because that's where I saw it. It's just a question. There are no wrong answers. It might be some silly answers, but ain't no wrong answers. Ain't no wrong answers. I think it's capping. For millionaires, you're a Kyrie sexual. Okay, nice try. Have you boycotted Amazon? Absolutely not. Because I don't think they should be boycotted. Neither do I believe Kyrie should be boycotted because he put up a link. So that's the point. Neither of them should be. We do nothing to Amazon. This is America. People have the right to publish and sell books. It's protected. Big difference between selling and promoting. Uh, isn't it protected to think and share a link? Isn't thought and freedom of speech protected? See, that protection is from the government doing anything to you. That protection isn't from other people judging you. And if it's okay for Amazon to publish and or sell the movie and nothing should happen to them, the rich white people can do it. But the rich black people can't. And, they not as rich as they are. So Amazon's right to sell and publish the book is greater than Kyrie's right to say, hey, here's a movie. Really? That's what we saying? Amazon's right to sell the movie is greater than Kyrie's right to say, hey, here is a movie. Really? Because promoting it sounds like freedom of speech to me. It feels like freedom of speech to me. That's what it feels like. What it feels like. Let me see. Hold on, let me try something here. Hey, check this movie out. That felt like freedom of speech. Felt like speech and promoting. Felt like speech and promoting. It felt like something I should have a right to do. The guy who wrote the book and made the movie isn't rich or white. No one is canceling him. Right. Where's the Jewish community to cancel him? There's a reason why they're not canceling him. Because he ain't rich. He's not a high profile in. So he's not somebody that they have to make an example of. And there's a reason why he's not being canceled. So let me make sure I understand this. We do nothing to the person who made it, who made the documentary, the book. What we do nothing to that person. We do nothing to the people who are selling it and renting it and making a whole lot of money off of it. But if somebody says, hey, it's this movie out there, they get canceled. That don't sound weird. That don't sound weird. That sounds weird to me. If you had a link to a pedophile site on your Facebook page, does that mean you're promoting it? Probably. And I don't understand your point. I'm sure it was one in there, though, somewhere. I'm certain that it was. I don't understand how people don't. And I would still ask, well, hold on, let's just get this out of the way. Short of posting a link to the movie, what else did Kyrie say? Curious. Nobody can tell me that. Why can't y'all tell me that? Y'all keep saying he said all this stuff, but can't nobody say what? At least say nothing. And then, I won't even ask it again because at least now you've admitted that he didn't say anything. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. Your brother said Amazon has the right to post anti-Semitism, but if Kyrie Irving posts a link to the movie, he's anti-Semitism. He's all based on this one. And y'all know I love my brother. I keep telling y'all, people think, oh, you and your brother, we disagree on a lot of stuff. And one of these days we gonna come together and we gonna hash this out, and he'll probably never admit that he's wrong on this one. Because that's the way it happens. We disagree on a lot of stuff. We disagree on this one. And again, I'm not for being anti-Semitic. Whatever that means. I'm not for harming Jewish people. I believe that the Holocaust happened. I believe it with every fiber of my being. And if you're saying it didn't, I think you're wrong and you sound nutty. No, the reason nobody is canceling him or Dinesh D'Souza or Candace Owens or any other author is because society opposes book banning. We have no problem using our free speech to punish people who promote hate. But if the movie is hate and Amazon is selling, because Amazon doesn't have to sell it. Amazon could take it off their site. That's not banning a book. That's just, we didn't put it on our site. They could do that. They are making, because that there are movies that I can't see on Amazon. You know that, right? They don't have every movie ever created. They could say, we're not going to put that one up. That's not banning it. That's just saying, we're not going to put it up. They do that all the time. All the time. So by the fact that they have it up there, you can look for it and find it. That's the same thing as what Kyrie did. They're promoting it. They're promoting it. They could take it down. They could take it down. But they're not. No, but Kyrie, the Jewish community has to put him in his place. That's what this is. That's what this is. Nate says, pay attention, quit repeating yourself, CK. The NBA commissioner and countless others have said Kyrie is not anti-Semitic. The problem is him promoting something anti-Semitic. So what have they said about Amazon promoting something anti-Semitic? Because again, and you can't argue with this one. None of y'all can argue with this one. Every documentary out there is not on Amazon. They don't put every one of them up. And they could say, we're not going to promote this one no more. So Amazon is promoting it and making money off of it. Amazon is promoting it and making money off of it. They could take it down. That's not banning. They're just saying you can't get it here. So why do they get to promote it? Daryl says he's here. Daryl's here. Don't put your foot in nobody's A. Okay? No putting your foot in nobody's A. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. Hold on, I'm trying to type something in. I see all of these versions of Hitler's Mein Kampf on Amazon, but they don't promote hate. Arwash, it's hard for him to understand stuff. He says, what the hell does the NBA have to do with Amazon? What are you going to spend Amazon for 5 games? No, but the Jewish community could call for a boycott to Amazon, like they're calling for Kyrie Irving to have some type of consequences. It's not the NBA. If the Jewish community said, we don't care nothing about that, Kyrie wouldn't be suspended. But the Jewish community, they care. And the NBA is reacting to them caring. So they could say, Amazon, remove that movie, book, anything having to do with that, or we will boycott you. We will not spend our dollars with Amazon. I know that don't make a lot of sense to you, but they could do that. Just as hard as they wanting something to be done to Kyrie, they could want something to be done to Amazon. And they could call for it. Do you comprehend that? Because you might not. And if you don't, that's fine. I'll try to explain it to you like a 4-year-old. I'm pretty good at explaining things to 4-year-olds. I've already answered this question. No, you really didn't. You really didn't. They're promoting the book. They don't have to do. Hold on. Let's walk it down this way. Does Amazon, are they required by any sort of law or standard or anything? Are they required to have that movie for rent on their site? Simple question. Are they required to have that movie on their site? Simple question. I can answer. No, they're not required to. So would it be against the law or anything else for them to take it down? No, it wouldn't. Are there other movies, books, works of art, or literature that Amazon does not have and does not offer on their site? Yes, there are. Does that mean that if your movie, your book, your piece of literature or art is not available on Amazon's site, does that mean that they are banning it? No, it doesn't. So could they remove it and not be banning it? Yeah, they could. By the fact that they have it there, that's promotion for the book. Oh, well, they can promote it because they get paid from it, but he can't promote it because he doesn't get paid for it. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Why would they do that? Because the Jewish community, because it's anti-Semitic, and the Jewish community doesn't like it. And the Jewish community will boycott them if they don't. I'm just playing. The Jewish community won't boycott them if they don't, because they're not a rich black man that they want to make an example of. So I'm just playing. I'm just playing. All right. I have other stuff. Other stuff I was talking about. Grandmaster J. Grandmaster J. John Fitzgerald Johnson. He was sentenced Wednesday to 7 years and 2 months in prison. He was found guilty of brandishing a firearm at state and federal officers as well as assault. I don't know how many of y'all remember this. He led a black militia group and they say when they were protesting in Louisville, according to court documents and evidence presented at trial, Johnson on the evening of September 4th, 2020, forcibly assaulted, resisted, opposed, impeded, intimidated, and interfered with a federally deputized task force officer who was performing official duties when this is what he did to forcibly assault, resist, oppose, impede, intimidate, and interfere with this task force. He aimed a rifle at them. Now, of course, the story is Johnson had an AR-15 type of rifle with a flashlight on it. And the story, which has really not been disputed, is that he was shining the flashlight at the officers. And the flashlight was mounted to the gun. So he had a tactical flashlight, and he pointed it at two federally deputized task force officers. He was also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release upon completion of his term. So understand this. Grandmaster J, I keep wanting to say Jam Master J. Grandmaster J had a black militia group. People who walked around, black people who walked around with guns. He went to a protest where there were a number of people with guns. But of course, him being the leader, he pointed the flashlight on the weapon at officers. And because of that, they're classifying that as forcibly assaulting, resisting, opposing, impeding, intimidating, and interfering with the federally deputized task force. Now, of course, his attorneys say they plan to appeal. They plan to appeal. But that's what he's accused of. Pointing a flashlight. And like they knew, he didn't try to shoot nobody. He didn't try to shoot nobody. They knew, reasonably. They knew. Okay, he pointed a flashlight at us. Kidden said he had a real army ready for whatever. And he says, that's crazy. They didn't arrest the white guy at the Bundy Ranch for pointing his rifle at federal agents. They're trying to send a message to the black community. Stay in your place. Yes. Yes, they are. Ben says, was the flashlight and barrel going in separate directions? No. No. And because of that, look, I could understand it if they said, you know, maybe in that moment, we saw it and we thought something was going to happen. We thought he was doing it. And so because of that, we're going to charge him with assault. Because he pointed a weapon at us. Maybe intimidation. Because, you know, he pointed a weapon at us. Even though we know he was just shining his flashlight at us. But some legal definitions could lead that to be an assault, intimidation. But he forcibly assaulted, resisted, opposed, impeded, intimidated, and interfered. That's what they're saying. He was found guilty. Sentenced to 7 years. Just over 7 years, actually. Ben says, I don't agree with the sentence, but he did what they said he did. No, I don't necessarily agree that he did what they said he did. I don't necessarily agree with that. Black man with too much power. I really believe that it's not lost on this country. Like, we think certain stuff is over. We think certain stuff is over. Like, we're free. And we can do anything that the white man can do. We got our freedoms just like everybody else got their freedoms. We can do all of this stuff. We can. And I think our society and the people in power keep sending us the message. No, you can't. You can do some stuff. And we'll let you get away with certain stuff to a certain point. But you can't do anything you want to do just because you see some white guy do it. You can't. There were people on January 6th who beat police, tried to kill them, resisted. Those people assaulted forcibly, resisted, opposed, impeded, intimidated, and interfered. Those people did that. How many of them are getting 7 years plus? How many? Y'all know I like to answer questions when they come in. So are you for pointing tactical rifles at officers? I'm not against pointing flashlights at officers. I'm not even against pointing a flashlight if it's on a tactical rifle at officers. People got a right to defend themselves. So depending on the circumstances, I'm not against it. You thought I was going to say, oh, 100% against it. I'm not necessarily against it. Depend on the situation. It depends on the situation. Let's keep it candid. There were people on January 6th that committed treason, and next to nothing has or will happen to them. That's all. To Americas. Those January 6th terrorists got less time than that. The maximum sentences for the terrorists was 4 to 5 years. And those were the ones caught assaulting Capitol Police and destroying property. He shined a flashlight at them. But they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. It's not like they shined a flashlight and then they went right down and got him and that was that. Like, oh no, he's going to shoot. That was not the case. I wonder, will Joe Biden pardon that black man? Donald Trump didn't. Joe Biden probably won't. No. None of them will. Because they down with the message. They down with the message. There's a place for you, black man. Okay, you got rich playing basketball. There's a place for you. Okay, you think because you got weapons and people that, no, there's a place for you. There's a place for you. And they want to make sure that you know that. They want to make sure that you know that. Hold on. Let me see. No, not that one. This one was Grio. Hold on. Hold on a moment. Then I move my. There we go. But okay, y'all say, look. He pointed a weapon at law enforcement. 7 years. That's what he get. Shouldn't have done that. Okay. Juxtapose that with this. A man convicted of reckless homicide in the 2020 shooting of a young black man in Indianapolis during unrest sparked by George Floyd's killing by Minneapolis police was sentenced. Understand this. The man was convicted of reckless homicide, shooting a young black man. He was convicted of reckless homicide in the 2020 shooting of a young black man. He was sentenced on Thursday to 1 year of home detention. Yeah. 1 year of home detention. Now get this. I point my flashlight at you. Let's just take the flash. I point my gun at you. I don't do nothing. I point it at you. I get 7+ years. He can kill you and get 1 year home incarceration. Prosecutors had charged 32-year-old Tyler Newby with murder, but Marion County judge conducting a bench trial found that Newby, who, this is going to shock y'all, who's white, they found him guilty of the lesser crime of reckless homicide. He shot an 18-year-old. He died from a single gunshot wound to the heart after being shot in downtown Indianapolis on May 31st, 2020. His first trial ended in a mistrial. Now, he claimed self-defense, saying the shooting occurred after he was approached by people and somebody shoved him to the ground. He said he saw somebody standing over him, and so he fired a shot. Now, of course, prosecutors argue that being shoved to the ground does not justify killing somebody. He didn't claim he was being beaten. He said somebody pushed him down. I know y'all don't know this, some of y'all. I got a feeling the people who don't know. But you can't necessarily just pull out your gun and go to blasting on people because they push you. You can't. Well, I guess unless you're white and the person that you're shooting is black. He got 1 year. 1 year. Of home detention. Now, I know a few of y'all think, man, that was too much. That was way too much. He got a whole year. Right? Wash. He shouldn't have got that year. Ben? Should he have gotten a year, Ben? Yo, this is stuff that's actually happening. This is stuff that's actually going on in our society. Trials that are coming to conclusion right now. And so we see what happens when you get um convicted of reckless, what was it? Reckless homicide. So what happens when you get convicted of reckless homicide? Well, 3 ex-Pennsylvania police officers plead guilty in shooting of 8-year-old girl who was killed by a stray bullet. This is a sad story. Of course, Philadelphia. 3 former police who were charged with killing an 8-year-old girl after they opened fire in the direction of a crowd leaving a high school football game in suburban Philadelphia pleaded guilty to 10 counts of reckless endangerment. This was a negotiated plea. This included a dismissal of manslaughter and involuntary manslaughter charges. Sharon Hills Borough officers Sean Dolan, 26, Devon Smith, 35, and Brian Devaney, 42. This was August of 2021. They killed Fanta Bellitti. Prosecutor said the plea deal was reached in consultation with the girl's family. They said the agony we feel constantly reliving the loss of our dear Fanta, who was just 8 years old when she was killed by these police officers, it's impossible to describe in words. They just wanted to move on. The 3 will remain free on bail. The story is they heard some shots. And so they start firing in the direction that they thought the shots were coming from. And they apparently saw a car that this young girl was in. And they thought, based on nothing, I heard shots coming from that way, the car, shoot them. So they opened fire in the direction of a crowd, shooting at a car that they was clearly, it was a mistake. That was not the car from which shots came from. They admit this. You think they'll get 7 years? You think they'll get 7 years? The 3 will remain free on bail while awaiting a sentencing hearing scheduled in January. Reckless endangerment. Reckless endangerment. You don't know any particulars of the case. I do. Oh, just excuses. Just excuses. Once they drop that manslaughter charge, they'll get probation. Daryl says that sounds like no prison sentences. Do you think they'll get 7 years? They actually fired shots. They didn't just flash a light in that direction. I wonder, is the Jewish community up in arms about that one? Just curious. Daryl, they were fired. They were fired from the job. A few days after charges were recommended, the officers were fired from Sharon Hill Borough Police Department. Their attorneys had sought several times unsuccessfully to have the manslaughter charges dropped. They argued in a September hearing that the men had not intended to harm anyone in the crowd and were being unfairly targeted because they were police officers. Other people were injured, by the way. It's not. And some people can get away with certain stuff and other people can't. Certain people can get away with stuff and other people can't. Nathaniel Livingston seems like the type of brother that will hug the white lady if she came in your house and killed you while you were eating ice cream because she picked the wrong house. I don't think he would. I don't think he would. He's wrong on this one, on the whole Kyrie Irving thing. He's wrong on that one. Ben says, gotta love Ben. You will pick a 1% narrative and run with it. What narrative? What 1% narrative did I pick and run with? I just told you a few stories. I just showed you a few stories that actually happened. Because you don't like what those stories point to. Don't blame me. I didn't fire wildly into a crowd, killing an 8-year-old. I didn't do that. I didn't shoot nobody in a protest and get 1 year of home incarceration. That ain't my fault just because I tell you the story. I'm just telling you the story. These are actual things that are happening right now. I can show you a black man in the hood who killed a white man and got 2 years. Oh, you didn't say white. I think you didn't say white for a reason. But if you can, I would love it. Just shoot me a link to a story of a black man in the hood who killed a white man and got 2 years. And I'll read it. Now, it's got to not be a white man who had a gun. It's got to be a white man who just pushed him. He fell on the ground. He saw him. He shot him. Send me the link. I'll read it. I'm not opposed to reading it. Send it to me. And you said you can show me, so there's no reason that I shouldn't get that link in the next few minutes. This man killed a black man and got 1 year home incarceration. That's Hall of Fame numbers. Oh, now I'm hilarious. Send me the story. Come on, send me the story. Please. Please. I ain't too proud to beg. Please. I know you wouldn't lie. You wouldn't say that you have a story that you don't actually have. So I'm asking you. I'm begging you. I'm pleading with you. Please send me the story of the black man who killed the white man for pushing him and he got less than 2 years in prison. Please send me that story. I ain't even worried about the 1 year of home incarceration. I'm not even worried about that. Not worried about that. If you can find a story where protest was going on, a white man pushed a black man. The black man had a gun and blasted him right through the heart. and got 1 year or less of home incarceration, I will read that story. I will read that story. And that might change my mind. And I'll think, okay, all is even. All is even. So come on, please, please. I'm asking, I'm begging, I'm pleading. You said you got it. Please send it. Because I know you wouldn't be just lying to make a point. You wouldn't do that, would you? Ben says, I think it's worse. He killed a black man. Well, I mean, I'll even take that. But they don't care about black men killing black men. See, white men can kill black. I can't believe I actually have to explain this to an adult. Black men killing black men. White men killing black men. Black men killing white men. Oh, wait, hold on. What's happening here? We got to send a message. Our justice system loves sending messages. We got to send a message. Okay, I don't know what this means. So the Cinderella slipper case, exactly the same. I got you. Just similar. Black man kills white man. Now, again, look, if it's self-defense, because, something's got to be relatively close. Like, you could be like, hey, they was chasing down the street. It was 7 of them. They was shooting at him, and then he fired, and he hit one of them, and it killed him, and he only got 2 years in prison. That's not the same. So it's got to be relatively close. They were fist fighting, and he pulled out a gun and shot the white man. Something relatively close. I'll read it, and it could change my mind. Y'all know I like to answer questions, especially on Fridays. Twin want to know how much you make for doing your show. Nothing. If anything, I've heard Wyatt say this a few times. If anything, it costs me to do this show. Of course, I got to have, internet speeds that's fast enough. Y'all know what it looked like when my internet was slow. I would be cutting out, kind of like, Lincoln. So y'all know what it looked and sounded like when my internet was slow, so I had to pay for more internet. Of course, I got to pay for the software to do it. I got to pay for the cameras, got to pay for the lights, got to take my time, which, this is time that I could be doing some other stuff to make some money. So if anything, it costs me to do the show. I don't make any money for doing the show. None. Oh, you're welcome. No, I'm not saying it to, no, thank me. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying it because he asked. And so that's it. And I do it because those of y'all watching, some of y'all, a good portion of y'all said, when I left the radio, hey, we still want to check you out. So that's why I do it. No, I'm not. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, and don't forget about having to pay the little baby. No, I'm good, twin. I'm good. I don't need to go back. Little baby, she get her pay in cookies and candy, and because I'm an addict, so I'm kind of making her an addict. She get her pay in that, hugs, teaching. She get her pay in that way. Here we go. The blackest black man on earth. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Now you coughing like Lincoln. Uh, I don't know if I'm coughing like Lincoln, but from time to time, Ian had to cough. You try to talk for 2 hours straight, no water, no nothing, just talking for 2 straight hours and see if your throat don't get dry. My throat be getting dry. It be that way. Thank you for the show. Now you may need a stylist. I could take a stylist. I'll take a stylist. And if you get me some people who will sponsor me, just give me clothes to wear, I'll wear them. If they, half decent, I'll wear them. Oh. Let me see. I have if I can get it out. I do have another story. You should be, wait a minute. You should be a pro man of so-called talk. Huh? I don't know what that, I'm sorry. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that means. I'm doing something right now. I don't want to shave or a cut. I'm doing something right now. It's all good. But if you say you got a barber, if they're it's gotta be a special barber. I'm telling you. Y'all don't believe me. It's gotta be a special barber to handle me. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. You can go all biblical on why you shouldn't go back to the buzz. Proverbs 26:11 says, so as a dog returns to his own vomit, so a fool repeats his folly. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Ben says, why Lincoln come for you like that? Lincoln is really mad at me. I don't mind sharing why, because it ain't that big of a deal. It ain't that big of a deal. He's mad. He is mad at me. Some of y'all be mad at me too. Because he held up a picture and somebody said, oh, he was so innocent. And I said, he wasn't all that innocent. By that time, he already had a bastard child. Which is true. It's true. Oh, and he got, apparently somebody told him about it because he missed it when it happened, but somebody told him about it later on and he sent me a text. He is really, really angry. But the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. And that's not an insult. Just like I said, Jam Master Jay is dead. He is. What his family look like being mad at me because I say the man is dead. He's dead. Well, why would you say it? Because it's true. It's true. Oh, people was mad. Oh, people was mad. But it's the truth. What is a bastard? Any of y'all watch Game of Thrones? Anybody? Remember the Battle of the Bastards? Hold on, let me answer the phone. Key!
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing good, Key. How are you?
Okay, now you know you dead wrong for the bastard child comment.
How is that wrong? Hold on. Wait. Key. Quick question. What's a bastard?
No. You know
what?
Mr. Lincoln is sensitive about
I'm
certain
asking
stuff.
you a simple question. What is a bastard?
No, I'm not answering that.
I'll tell you.
I don't know his situation.
No,
I don't know his situation.
No, it don't matter what the situation is. I'll tell you what a bastard is.
He didn't know about. Is that who you're talking about?
No, I'll tell you what a bastard is.
No. Is this the son? I'm saying, is this the son he didn't know about? That's what you're talking about?
I believe so. But I'll tell you what a bastard is, because a lot of people don't know.
Tell me.
A bastard is a child born out of wedlock.
Okay.
That's it. It don't mean that the child is a horrible person or that the parents were horrible people. It mean you wasn't married to that woman or that man and y'all had a child.
But if he didn't know he had one, now
Were they married?
I don't know, cause
No,
he ain't know he
it
had
don't
one. Maybe if
matter.
he knew
It
he had
don't
one, he would
look,
have got married before the baby came.
look, it's
Okay, the
possible.
question is: it a bastard if they marry before the baby come the birth?
I think if the baby is born out of wedlock, not necessarily conceived, but I
Okay, so
think
see, if he would
it's
have
the
known, maybe he
birth.
would have got married.
But he
If this
didn't. It
is
don't.
this the
But
one
it
you
don't
talking
matter. It's
about?
still not a judgment on anyone. It's the statement of fact.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is. It's a statement of fact.
Okay, Emmanuel, you a mess.
That's all it is. It's a statement of fact. At 5'5", I'm short. That's not an insult. It's a statement of fact.
Okay, well that's why I was asking. Like, wait a minute, if this is the one he didn't know about, maybe if he would have known he was having it, he would have got married, and then that wouldn't be. That's why I was saying, like, what kind?
And that's what I'm saying. It don't matter. If I won't say I
Well, no, because
almost.
you were saying
I
at first, like, I don't know.
But hold on, let me say no, because it don't matter. I there were a couple of times when I thought when I was
Yeah,
in my much younger days
I
that I
know when you
might
got
be
that
having a little
wild one.
bastard
Yeah.
running around
Now
somewhere.
back then, was you doing the peppermint soap and shea butter?
No, I didn't know
Okay.
about that. If that was
Okay.
if I would have knew about that stuff back
Then
then,
you really would have had some
there might be a lot of little
bastards.
bastards running around
Oh,
here.
okay, okay, okay.
But I didn't know. I didn't. It don't matter whether or not you know. The fact of the
Okay.
matter is, if there's a child born out of wedlock, again, did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
No, I've never seen it.
In Game of Thrones, there's this character. His name is Jon Snow, and in Jon Snow is I don't remember what his daddy's name is, but that's his bastard. That's how they
Oh,
refer to him. Like
oh,
you're
okay. On the show
whatever's
for real?
bastard. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
I've never
actually a
seen it
few. They
before.
got a few bastards running around on that show.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I truly was calling for. Was that twin was asking, did you get paid for doing what you do?
Yeah. He asked me how much do I get paid.
Okay, okay. And I was just calling to reiterate because I know you probably wouldn't say it because, like you said, you just do it for us that wanted you to keep it going. But for the people that's on YouTube, subscribe to Emmanuel's channel because if he gets 1,000 subscribers, he can get this channel monetized, and therefore maybe he can quit some of his extra jobs and do this full time because Emmanuel, it is money in this.
There is money to be
If you
made.
didn't know,
That's true.
yeah, and it's
Yes.
money that you can make a lot of money to where you would be set to where this can be your full time thing. So people, everybody listening that want to listen to Emmanuel and want him on a schedule, which I'm pretty sure he probably would do if he get monetized and get this channel up and moving. Everybody on Facebook, move over to YouTube, subscribe to his channel so this channel can get monetized, and that's how he will advance and move up in bigger and better topics, and who knows, he probably take it on the road to different states and stuff. But yeah, so everybody subscribe on YouTube. I don't know how it works on Facebook, but everybody that's on Facebook, shift over to YouTube and share, like, twin, share with everybody you know, and have them subscribe to his YouTube channel so this channel can get monetized. Okay, all right. I
All right.
appreciate you, man. You enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, Key. You do the same. That's Key. Oh, what is wrong with y'all? Mary said, yep, the baby is born out of wedlock. It's called a bastard child. That's all it is. You said that? It's true. Who's against telling the truth? Who's against telling the truth? But why does it have to be called out? What's the point of it? It's the truth. He said this about his son years ago. So what brought it up now? Maybe I missed it. It was just a statement of fact. It was just a statement of fact. That's it. He got beat and jump rope by a girl. It's a statement of fact. It's a sore subject. It's a sore subject. But it is a statement of fact. It is a statement of fact. Victoria says it's a slash shot, and how is that a shot? How is that a shot? Okay, let me ask you this. When he talks about my stepson, that's what he calls him. I don't call him that. I don't know that I've ever called him my stepson. Is that a shot? Because I just call him my son. Is it a shot if I call him my stepson? Well, but he's not your biological son, Emanuel. When you met his mom, he was 3 months old and you raised him from 3 months old all the way up. But technically, he's still your stepson. Well, I'm offended that you said stepson and not just son. No, it's a statement of fact. Why would I be offended? Why would I be offended? No reason. So I don't know how it's a sly shot. And talking about throwing rocks and hiding your hands. I didn't say it. Throwing rocks and hiding your hands to me has always been you may be talking behind people's back. And then when they, confront you about it, you act like you didn't say it. That's not me. That's not me. I say what I say. And I'm not Kyrie Irving. I'm not Kanye West. If I don't feel bad about it, I typically don't apologize. Bastard is an insulting word which some people use about a person who has behaved very badly. Well, those people are terrible people. It's only insulting if you make it insulting. I was using it as a statement of fact. Let's see. But why is it coming up now? The sky is blue. We don't say it just because. Of course we do. People say all the time, blue skies. Why are they saying that? We know the sky is blue, so why say it when you're talking about the sky? Why say it? Because you say it. Blue skies out here, not a cloud in the sky, just blue skies as far as one can see. Why not? Not to mention, y'all don't know all the stuff that he done said about my relatives. That wasn't true. Mine wasn't even a shot. It was just a statement of fact. And then they tried to bully me. I keep telling people you can't bully me. You can't bully me. I'm not bullyable. I will stand my ground. You have to kill me before I let you bully me. You have to kill me before I let you bully me. Please. Who y'all think I am? The world is built on lies. The truth goes against everything. Yes. I'm back to being a narcissist. So you go around calling people's kids bastards, their face? I don't understand what you mean by that. If you find out they're not married, you are narcissist. If it come up and I'm describing it, then yeah, I don't have a problem saying it. The truth is the truth. I get offended. I have 2 children, been in their life since 4 and 5. Damn it, I'm their daddy. But when he talks about my stepson, I ain't, why would you call him my stepson? Why would you say that? No, I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be mad. Oh, let's see. Don't make us dig up some relatives. Let's see. Shahira, who always on Lincoln's team. Okay, I see what you on today. You've now answered my question. You just want to keep poking the bear, as you said in the comments this morning. He was mad. Oh. Hey, look. Y'all remember when he called Stefan a jailbird? What did he say when people said he shouldn't? What did he say? I'm just curious. What did he say? Anybody remember what he said? Anybody remember? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, nobody remember now. Look, if you can't take it, don't dish it out. And when he did it, I knew an opportunity would arise. People can't understand how people have feelings about certain things, but not about other things when it ain't them. Said it was a joke. Said it was no big deal. So throwing derogatory terms around, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. They actually thought some people blocked me. Some people blocked me. Okay. For some of them, this is like their fourth block of me. This is like their fourth time blocking me. And then I blocked it because here's the thing that I do. If I know you blocked me, I typically go on and block you back. That's, I do that. I do that. You blocked me, I block you back. And then when they decide to unblock me, they go to complaining, well, he got me blocked. Wonder why. I don't have no problem with blocking me. Block me. That was below the belt. How is a statement of fact below the belt? How is a statement of fact below the belt? Folks need to get over themselves. Way too sensitive. Right. Petty. Why? It's a statement of fact. It's a statement of fact. What if I'd have called him bald? Why are you talking about him being bald? How is that coming for the kid? How? So if you say something that's your stepson, you're attacking my son. The kid had nothing to do with the fact that they were born out of wedlock. Again, that's another one of you too sensitive. You made some decisions. You made some decisions in your life. Why can't we live up to our decisions? Why not? Look, I'm fat. I eat a lot of sugar. I don't exercise. If you say I'm fat, I'm fat. It's true. It's factual. I'm going to be mad at you for telling the truth. Oh. Hugo and Kanye on that old man. The buzz gonna get you canceled too. I've been what they call it, banned on the buzz before. It is what it is. Man, you'll eat that white sugar, but don't get no love to brown sugar. Oh yeah. I'm down with brown sugar too. You put a lot of brown sugar in peanut butter cookies if you make them right. Yeah. I'm down for it. Short and fat. That's right. The bastard child had no control in the decision. Exactly. So they shouldn't be offended by the. Hold on, let me ask you this. If I said you had a child out of wedlock, is that attacking the child? I'm just honest question. If I say you had a child out of wedlock by the time you joined the military, is that attacking the child? Ben. Ben. I don't understand. Oh, yeah, I gotta get ready to get out of here. I had another story. There was one other story that I had. Hold on. This hold on, let me go back to the beginning here. Go back to the beginning. Where is this story? The 16-year-old who has pled not guilty to all of these murders. The 16-year-old who has pled guilty to all of these murders, who has the $8.2 million bail. He's being charged as an adult. What in the world? Andre says you should have started with that. I thought you were shocked when that man called and dropped that on your show. I don't really have a whole lot, but how sad is that? Like what is happening in the life, or what has happened in the life of a 15-year-old that they are running around basically on a murder spree? And again, I don't know if you can blame the parents. But I feel like you can blame the parents. Can you even claim, well, I didn't know that he was out there murdering people? Can you even make that? I guess you can make that claim, but hold on, let me see. Let me read some of the stuff. There it is. Stop it. Go to the site. This is from WCPO.com. 16-year-old pleads not guilty on 20 charges from 3 separate murders and a kidnapping. Yeah, 16-year-old pled not guilty to a total of 20 charges, including 6 counts of murder. I'm actually not going to say his name, even though I know it's out there, but he's 16. Even though he's being tried as an adult, I don't know that I want to say his name. He was indicted at the end of October. He was 15 at the time of the murders, which all took place in September and October of 2021. He's being tried as an adult. The rest of his charges include 5 counts of felonious assault, 3 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of abduction, 1 count of burglary, 1 count of tampering with evidence, 1 count of carrying concealed weapons, and 1 count of obstruction of official business, not businesses. The 6 counts of murder stem from 3 separate homicides. His first murder indictment is for September 27th, 2021. The shooting death of Avante Baker Beatty in Avondale. Joe Dieter says that he and an unknown accomplice parked their vehicle in a parking lot and both opened fire on Beatty, striking him multiple times. The second murder happened October 12, 2021 in Evanston, as he stood out of a sunroof of a moving vehicle and fired multiple shots, killing Yarsale Semi, I believe is the way you pronounce that. That's according to Joe Dieters. And lastly, on October 13th, 2021, once again, he stood out of a sunroof of a moving vehicle, fired multiple shots at Javier Randolph. Randolph attempted to flee, and he and another suspect exited the vehicle, chased him down into a backyard, fatally shooting him multiple times. They say, Dieter says all 3 victims were targeted because they were rival gang members. He's also accused of kidnapping another juvenile with the help of others on September 7th, 2021. They say he and others brought the juvenile into a residence, held him at gunpoint, forced him to disrobe and dance, and that the entire ordeal is caught on video. They say he kidnapped this juvenile because he was listening to a rap song from a rival group. That's a lot. That's a lot. And what do you do? Again, to me, that's a little bit of a parent issue. I would like to think that when my son was 15, I would have knew if he was running around murdering people. I would have knew if he was involved in gang activity and if he was running around murdering and kidnapping people. Again, these are all allegations. But I would like to think I would have known that and been doing something to stop. Doing something to stop it. Anthony says, if your child is out 1 to 3 in the morning without your knowledge, you're to blame. Anthony says, it's sad as hell. Daryl says, seems like he's another Robert Sandifer who just got lucky to reach 16 years old. Andre said, are you surprised by this? I am. I am still surprised by it. I know we see it all the time, but I'm still surprised by it every time. I feel like every day there's some news about killing. I want to know the full details. Like, what was his reason? I wonder if he looked up that white woman that killed the 4 moms drunk driving, getting 4 months. I did not. Ben, always trying to, please don't compare this to a white kid who murdered 3 people whose bond was less. We need people like this off the streets and out the community. Well, if this was a white kid who had done the same thing, the bond should be the same. So if that were the case, which I don't know that to be, then that would be a problem. I'm not okay with discriminating against black people just for the sake of it. Because it's not like they care about the black life. CK.
Praise God, I made it, man. I knew you was about to get out of there on a Freaky Friday. Lord, I said I had to catch you before you got up out of there. You hear me?
I hear you.
Man, I'm like, man. So you ain't got nobody to tell you what he said anti-Semitism yet, right?
Correct.
That's the thing. You've been asking this for days. This is like 4 days ago. That's what I'm saying. You got more black people saying he anti-Semitism than anybody.
Well, they keep saying that he said something, but nobody can say what he said. And if that's the case, stop saying that he said it. Just say, well, his promotion of that movie makes me that is the anti-Semitic thing. But don't say, well, all the stuff that he said was anti-Semitic. And then I say, well, what did he say? And you go silent.
So, like you said, we got to leave with he said nothing. He said nothing. He just said, look at this movie. Look at Menace to Society. So when I post a link to Menace to Society, am I anti-black? If I say post a link to New Jack City, am I anti-black?
I think if you post a link to any Quentin Tarantino movie, you might be anti-black.
Durango.
Yeah, I think you anti-black. Yeah. And I want the Jewish community to stand up against that.
But you got to remember Howard Stern he said it for years. N-word. N-word. We put the pressure on him. He refused to apologize.
I'll be honest, I don't
He
remember that.
refused. Yeah, he said it for years. He always said the N-word. This was about 3 years ago. He refused. You got to remember, they are the plug. They are the source. They are promoting that what they call anti. But if you post what they are promoting, they come after you, not the people that promote it and make it. What about the director, the producers, the people that put the film together?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out, okay, if this is so hateful, why aren't we going after the source? Why would you go after? So it's about, we want to, what they call it, buck break.
Mm-hmm.
We like to tear down our own people. We do. So, because if we came together, if black people was like, nah, we're not going for this. Y'all not going to do them like this. This is why Ali was so successful. Ali, he could defend. I think he was better at communicating than the Kyrie Irving. See what I mean? At a younger age, he could take them head on and hit them right in it. He's like, well, how am I anti? Shoot, if I'm anti, you got to say to people, go out there. Ali would have said it right there. See, these guys, Kyrie is sensitive. I think Ali wasn't sensitive. He had hit it straight on. That's the problem we got. These guys don't know how to communicate eloquently. That's why they apologize for things. You could never get Ali. Ali apologized for offending black people. You know what I mean? He wouldn't offend if the same people came after him, but he never bowed down. He'd take that 3 year suspension. He'd give up everything. But remember, they want to break Kyrie because boom, he's gonna apologize. They're not swift. They're not swift with their thinking and their communication. That's why Ice Cube went through the same thing, but when they attacked him, he was with the nation. So now when they're attacking you, these are the things Farrakhan and them will say while you're getting attacked. You have them right there as a violence. You see what I mean?
All right.
And I just want you to know that if black people would do this and tear him down, that's showing you this is why they will hug the killer of the ice cream dude. I think if you can go back in time and ask that brother, do you think if a white lady came in your house and killed you for eating ice cream, do you think your brother would hug her? He would have said, hell no. The deceased and the brother. But you could convince black people to be like, well, you know what? Maybe she did do it by accident. You know what? Give me a hug, baby. Because if you could convince black people that he is an anti-Semite, what else can you convince them of?
There's a lot of black people who heard it. They don't know what's in the movie. They haven't seen the movie, but they were told that the movie was anti-Semitic. And I don't even necessarily buy that the movie is anti-Semitic. I need to see that I don't trust the people who are out here saying that it is. I need to see it for myself and then say, all right, it's some anti-Semitic stuff in the movie. But just because somebody said that it is, these are the same people who saying all of the stuff that Kyrie Irving said. What did he say? Well, nothing. Then what is the anti-Semitic stuff in the movie? Well, they say that. No, what is it? What is it? You don't know. Find out what it is. And then at least if you want to say it is, at least then you can be able to say what it is.
And on your show, they will defend the conglomerate who is putting out this foreign film. They would defend the conglomerate. Remember, the conglomerate, this is a Jewish organization putting out anti-Semitism. It's not Kyrie Irving. So, okay, what would be the feeling? That's what I wanted to ask you. What would be the feeling of black people, or no, just people in general, if Kyrie Irving had executive produced this film? What do you think the opinions would be then?
I think they would be even more against him.
So they wouldn't defend him the way they defended Amazon.
No, they definitely wouldn't.
There you go. So how can you say, that's what I'm saying. This is proof that nobody hates black people more than black people. You can get black. This is why Kanye can make a statement like slavery is a choice, because he know more black people gonna agree with it. They just need any reason to tear you down. He could say that because he know his people will, okay, well, hey, I like that negativity. Because whatever you say against blacks, you gonna get blacks to agree. Just like you got with Kyrie. Oh, he's anti-Semitic. Yup. Well, what'd he say? Nothing. He's a good person. Stop tearing down good black people just because he made $1 million playing basketball. That's what it's all about. We just got to say what it is. We just want to tear down the man just like they wanted Ali. He done made too much money. Now let's tear him down. We love to eat our children. We eat our children in America.
All right, CK.
We like to beat you up and tear you down.
CK, I got to run.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate your call. All right. That was CK channeling Mike Tyson there. I want to eat his children. Daryl says, I've seen both documentaries by Ronald Dalton Jr., and I can tell you that they aren't anti-Semitic. Everything is backed up by the Bible. All right. Again, I don't know that it's anti-Semitic. I'm not making that claim. And I'm not saying that it's not. See, that's not even my issue, ain't what's in the movie. My issue is if the brother can make the movie and Amazon can sell and promote the movie and everything cool. Everything cool. But Kyrie say, hey, check out that movie. He get canceled. Something ain't right there. Something ain't right there. So I'm not defending anti-Semitism. I'm not defending the movie. All I'm saying is Kyrie got a right to think what he wants to think. And he shouldn't be punished for thinking it. That's it. All right, people getting on Ben. Ben telling people to eating eggplants and stuff. I do know Ben, you know, how he tried to come with the story itself was bad. You tried to inject race into it to defend white people, which wasn't necessary. Nobody was even talking about that. That's why people wonder, why you always trying to defend white people? That's a story where it's a young black male, did some stuff, got a high bond. Nobody was saying, oh, he shouldn't have got that high. Well, at least I wasn't. Not in this conversation. Nobody was talking about whether or not he should have had a bond and what the bond would have been if it was a white person. You brought that into the conversation as a way to defend white people getting lesser bonds. There was no reason to even bring that up. Black people should cancel Nike. Oh, I'm off Nike too. I'm off Nike too. I'm off the NBA and I'm off Nike. I'm boycotting them both. It's my personal boycott. It's my personal boycott. I'm not telling y'all to boycott them, but I'm telling y'all I'm not buying. I want to say or wearing, but I'm trying to think, do I have anything Nike? I will do my very best to not buy or wear anything Nike. And I'm not watching or supporting anything NBA. What's got to happen in order for me to go back? Because, you know, there's always something. There's always something. I don't know what that would be. Ben says they gave that argument in the chatty, man. No, Ben, I was talking about it, and I saw when you said, don't say nothing to me about if that was 3 white men, what they bond would be. You brought that up before anybody else discussed it. You brought that up just completely out of nowhere. We weren't even talking about that. The conversation was moving more in the direction of parental responsibility. And you brought up, don't say nothing to me about if he was white, what the bond would have been. Nobody had even considered that. So yeah, no, you brought that up. I'll be paying attention. Daryl says, I haven't watched the NBA game this season since they started before the Kyrie thing. I was watching it before then. Don't give me no Nikes for Christmas, Chelsea. No Nike stuff for Christmas. Get the other ones. Get the other ones. Get Nate and Nick. They can have my Nike stuff. But yeah, no, I'm off. I'm off of it. I'm off of it. I just don't like. Here is the example. And we're gonna make an example out of your black ass for doing something, and we're gonna hold you up before the world. Like Dave Chappelle. I so love that Dave Chappelle basically said, I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. He gonna be hosting Saturday Night Live. And they say some of the writers are like, oh, well, we're not gonna write, and maybe some of the actors are like, oh no, we're not gonna be on with him. But Dave Chappelle, like, whatever. I like that he not gonna be bullied, but they wanted to put him up there and make him an example. And they would have loved it if he would have come out, after his special, and they were talking about he was homophobic and transphobic. They would have loved it if he would have went out and went on an apology tour promoting homosexuality and transsexuality and all of that kind of stuff. That would have been fine. But he didn't. He just kept grinding. So y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. He said, he basically said, I know me. I know what I said. And I know what I meant by what I said. So you can't take what I said and turn it into what you want to think or feel about what I said. You can't spin my words to make them mean something that they didn't mean from me. Kind of like me with the bastard thing. You can't take my words and make them mean something offensive because that's how you feel about them. I like that Dave did that. And guess what, Dave? Back hosting Saturday Night Live. Some people ain't happy about it. But I like that he stood his ground. He said, I don't hate trans people or homosexual people or any of that. Said these is jokes and everything I'm saying is true. When you're looking at the factual things that I'm saying, it's all true. You might not like the truth, but the truth is the truth. You can choose to be offended by the truth, or you can choose to not be offended by the truth. But that's your choice. You can't put what you feel on me. Dave Chappelle about to be an equal opportunity offender on SNL. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be checking it out. And I don't really watch SNL like that no more. Now, because I have Peacock. Or because I have access to Peacock. I guess I won't say how I got Peacock. But because I have access to Peacock, I can watch the sketches and all that kind of stuff without the commercials and skip over anything that I don't like. But I don't really watch Saturday Night Live like that no more. But I'll be watching it Saturday. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and not blocking me. Oh, I appreciate it. Look, I want y'all to have an amazing weekend. I don't think Wyatt is coming on today, but I don't know for sure. So check it out. Check it out and see if he is coming on. If he is, hang out with him. Chop it up with him. All right. TC said you would leave once I'm off. 5 o'clock. I got to go. I got stuff to do. Y'all have a great weekend. It's been the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am the king of talk. I hope something amazing happens in your life this weekend. Life changing this weekend. All right. Till next time. I'm out, y'all. Peace.